Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy at the request of Patreon subscriber Elijah, who has sent me Yorion Beans. And Yorion Beans could mean anything at this point. How many colors do we got? 3, 4, 5? What's our engine? Is it Uro? Is it the One Ring? Is it 4th Eorlingas? Are we super control-y? Are we more mid-range? A lot of stuff going on here. And this build, the remarkable thing about it is that it has Questing Druid as a 4-of. Questing Druid's short-term burst of card advantage, and then you get a creature that benefits from casting lots of spells. Not usually in this shell. Generally having more stable, more options, more specific control over when your cards get used is how these decks lean. But having a big stupid creature is something that these decks usually don't do. Like Uro you could see coming. 4th Eorlingas, there's usually one of these in the deck for, whenever, when you're stable. This build has 2 of these and 4 Questing Druids. We could just reasonably have a bunch of like 3/3s and 4/4s in play and make our opponent react a little faster than they need to for a normal Yorion Beans deck. We also have 2 copies of the One Ring on top of the 4 Beanstalks. We got all 4 Uros here. Lavinia in the main deck is interesting, choosing to put your interaction on a creature. Once again, leans slightly forward compared to some of the other builds. This actually kind of reminds me of Yorion Zenith, which is a creature-based value Yorion deck. Except instead of Zeniths, we just have Questing Druid, Lavinia, and we're still trying to play to the board, but we don't have the toolbox. It's just a bunch of cards that are great on their face. There's a Life from the Lone Wasteland setup here. We've got Indatha Triome plus Volcanic Island is our domain setup in 2 lands. Even a main deck Carpet of Flowers. Someone hates Delver. Alright, I like it. Let's jump in and just see how it goes. I am on the play in round 1. We're immediately going to put this Questing Druid to the test. I am slightly concerned with the amount of white removal in the deck. There's like a lot of it. There's plows, endings, bindings, and terminuses. Maybe I will save this Questing Druid to be more of like a turn 4, turn 5 play rather than just end stepping turn 2 like Delver would. I have Brainstorms and Uros to sculpt here. Yeah, I'm going to chill on this Questing Druid. I just don't want to hit an uncastable card when I have other stuff I could be doing. I'm going to Brainstorm in this end step. I could force a Bowmaster if I care. Put back Beseiju and Misty Rainforest. And I'm not going to shuffle. I'm going to draw the land, hit the extra drop with Uro, and I still have Force Blue card available. The basics in the deck are Island and Plains. Just thinking about that with my fetches a little bit, but mostly ignoring it. I'm getting kind of combo vibes from my opponent. I can't really explain it other than its vibes. This feels like show and tell to me for some reason. They've only played blue lands and cantrips, which could be anything. All right, there's a mountain. Lauren revealed. This could be Sneak and Show. Another basic island. This is not a normal deck in the meta. Like, this is not Delver. This is not some control deck. Narset is what we've got here. I could spend a force on this. I could Prismatic Ending it. If I force it, I could play Uro next turn. Then I have that going for me. Yeah, I'm going to force it. And if they force back, I have Prismatic Ending as fallback. Okay. Force Pitching Ponder. Let's hope they don't have a Lion's Eye Diamond Echo part of the game. Oh, cool. Another Narset, so now Prismatic Ending's not even good. Alright, I can hardcast Force of Negation or Questing Beast, Seek the Beast if nothing else happens. I'm going to do that. I'm not just going to shove Uro into this Narset. Not yet. This Narset gets to activate, founds a Lightning Bolt. What's my opponent doing? This is fun. Some sort of Oh, we're just Grixis control. They hid that really well for a very long time. I'm going to let this Narset resolve, because countering this one doesn't remove Narset from play. The one that's sitting there on 1 loyalty is still pretty obnoxious. I'm going to seek a beast. Land the One Ring. Okay. I don't hate those hits. Land, fetch, One Ring. They have played on exclusively basics. I'm not totally convinced that this deck would main deck a Blood Moon, but I don't put it against them either. That ring just resolved. I could still draw a card on their turn. Underground Sea. I know their hand has Bolt and Ponder in it. I have so many floating game zones right now. Got my companion, got my adventures. I need to suspend something and really complete the trifecta. Ponder did not shuffle. Narset activates. Sheoldred's Edict. End step, I draw a card. Flip to Terminus, tight. Take 1, I draw a card. And here I could play Questing Druid and Prismatic Ending. I think that's worth doing. And now I actually can't fetch the planes anyway, because it doesn't cast Uro if one of these two things works. I know they're holding 2 removal spells, so like pretending that I'm going to hit Narset with a creature is preposterous. But I can try to ending this Narset. Bolt in response. I'm not going to fight over that. They're force pitching Snapcaster Mage. I'm jealous of their Snapcaster Mage. It is important to me to clear this Narset because One Ring is the type of thing that could dominate a control mirror. Cool. Do I think they have Hull Breacher? Probably just draw cards in their upkeep and hope for the best. All right, cool. We got in there. There's a Brainstorm we didn't know about. So they're still holding Ponder and Edict that we do know about. I have Force of Negation available to pitch Teferi. There's only one Teferi in the 80 cards. Him to Torok. Get me. Took the 2 best cards, left the 3 worst cards. Perfect. It did leave the card that beats Hull Breacher, though. I'm just going to draw some cards. Try to wring my way out of this. Lavinia is my pitch spell to force. She's also my creature for Edict. I'm going to get basic planes and play Lavinia and then Uro in that order. I do play Life from the Loam and Mystic Sanctuary as far as thinking about what to leave in my graveyard. Snuff out targeting Lavinia. Ooh, BTFO, that hurts. They put that in the wrong order. That's tough. Oh, we got a shame concession. I'll take it. Okay. Grixis control is what's going on. I want my Hydros and my Pyros. I want my Carpets. I don't believe Lavinia to be specifically good for the matchup, but I do believe that she attacks and blocks and pressures Narset, which is a card I'm worried about. We saw Snapcaster Mage. We should assume Bowmaster and maybe Sheoldred or Hull Breacher. I think I can shave a little bit on Plows, though. I like the bindings. I like the 4th Eorlingas. Prismatic Ending does challenge Planeswalkers where Plow doesn't. Plow does hit Hull Breacher or Bowmaster at instant speed, which Ending doesn't. I think Ending is probably worse than Pyroblast or Hydroblast on average. And yeah, I'm just side grading those. Let's go. And because I'm a big Dirtily Beanstalk deck, I do like having my forces in, even in a control mirror. I think we will leverage them better than the opponent. They've got a 1-drop. Just a Ponder. Okay. I have a handful of powerful 3-mana things with Teferi, Uro, and 4th Eorlingas. Yeah, them pitching Snapcaster last game confirms at least 1 flash creature, and Bowmaster seems like just such a no-brainer for the deck that I probably don't want to try to 4th Eorlingas and force it through on turn 3. And we're both just passing the turn back and forth. I will play Uro. That one is pretty low cost to make happen. The fail case on Uro is still pretty high. Now I have to decide if I care about a Hull Breacher. Okay, there's a Bowmaster. They're holding up blue, which could be Spell Pierce, Flusterstorm, any of that sort of thing. I could just let this happen. But my hand is just all card draw. Yeah, I'm going to counter this. Or at least try to counter it. And then I'll do my best to wade through it if it resolves. Okay, force pitching Ponder. We are actually up cards on this exchange in this control mirror, and that measure does matter. even if they did stick their Bowmaster, it's not Hull Breacher. It didn't actually eat my draw. I gained a bunch of life. I have the 6/6 in my graveyard. We're still doing stuff here. They have blue, blue, black, black as mana. Pyroblast not available. Wasteland, no targets. Okay, I can get a turn worth of ring activations under the Bowmaster. I could play Teferi, who can bounce the Bowmaster, but that doesn't actually help me do anything. I'm just going to play the ring. And it has resolved. Once again, going to draw in their upkeep. They can ping their own Bowmaster, or ping their own army. Oh, red unlocked. I'm thinking about just brainstorming in the end step while I at least have protection from everything. And fetching here, if I get Volcanic Island, I can't cast Uro with what I have. If I get Tropical Island, I can't cast 4th Eorlingas with what I have. I think I like having access to this Uro. I'm more likely to play Uro than 4th Eorlingas. Okay, we found a plow. Good news. Put back Wasteland. Draw a fetch land. We do not take damage from all this. Sucks they unlocked the mountain, though. Pyroblast is so good right now. Because my plan was to Teferi, then after Teferi resolves, plow the Bowmaster, bounce the army. But now they have clean answers to that. Bowmaster in response sucks ass. Okay, I guess the army is going to get to stay in play for a minute. My top card is Wasteland, which doesn't help. Which means I'm going to plow one of the Bowmasters, bounce the other, and then try to draw a bunch of cards. I do have a Plateau, which unlocks... Oh, wait. I have a Mystic Sanctuary, but I don't have white to use it. I could have mapped this out better, I guess. No, Teferi's a white card, Plaza white card. No. I spent all the mana that I needed to. I think Plateau opens up the most options here. That just is most of the colors. Bounce Bowmaster. Draw cards with the ring right now when it doesn't hurt. Okay, Leyline Binding works. Kind of, like temporarily. They do have that Bowmaster in their hand, but I can kill the army and at least remove the 7/7 from play. Sheoldred's Edict. Each opponent sacks a Planeswalker. In response, I will delete their token. Okay, they're holding Bowmaster and I know it. Taking 2 per turn from the ring. They didn't main phase the Bowmaster, which is exciting because now whenever they do decide to play that, I can tap my ring in response. And I happen to know that I can draw Swords to Plowshares off that ring activation because of this Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, yeah, they see the writing on the wall there. Okay, cool. Just completely outmuscled that Grixis opponent. On to the next round. If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event. I'm on the draw in round 2. Dirtle pile hand, but I'm going to keep it. I'm dead to Doomsday here. Pretty solid against Delver, or any fair deck that wants to develop. They've got a fetching for Underground. We called it. It cuts both ways, folks. Everyone who's like, boy, I need to draw 1 ring, then I draw 1 ring. It cuts the other way when I say, if they're Doomsday, I'm dead. Just ice cold. Dark Ritual Doomsday, turn 1. Get wrecked, idiot. Thanks for showing up. Let's at least look at the deck here. Okay, we have multiple 1 rings in this deck. It is not the full 4-color Mark Tobias soup, but it appears that this traditional blue-black Doomsday deck has adopted the 1 ring as an engine. Cool. Okay, I have a chance to do something fun here, which is play Caracas and pass. Normally I would just concede because I have nothing, but I've revealed Yorion played Caracas Go after letting a Doomsday resolve on turn 0. We could pretty solidly make a case that we're Death and Taxes going into next round, or going into sideboarding. Even if I cast the Swords to Plowshares, it doesn't give up the goat here. This is the pitiful way a Death and Taxes deck would interact, and it seems to have worked. Wow. Do they have a second Oracle? Oh no, am I going to have to give up my information? Leyline Binding, well, there's no universe where I play that card. Okay, I think I have to give up my secret tech and play Indotha Triome. But Indotha Triome turns on Leyline Binding for next turn. If they just play a second Oracle, they win. Okay, yep, they just made a double pile. That's fair. Okay, let's hope Indotha Triome didn't give up too much. Like, there are these Bowmaster Flicker piles out here in the format. In Carpet, Lavinia, Pyroblast, maybe Surgical, not Hydroblast, not Force of Vigor, not Meltdown. Terminus coming out. Prismatic Ending's awkward because we did see those 2 1 rings. Swords of Plowshares can probably come out safely. I still have bindings and endings if they do pivot onto a Shouldered or something. 4th Eorlingas is a card that I like, but I could chill a little bit on it. And I could probably chill on Prismatic Ending a little bit too. I actually think I like 4th Eorlingas more than Prismatic Ending. This is 6 answers to 2 permanents that we saw, plus any number they might board in. I still have the Solitude as well. Solitude does attack and block, which is relevant to my game plan of reducing my opponent's life total to 0. But it's not relevant versus 1 ring insanity that Prismatic Ending would provide. I think I'm into Solitude. Let's go. Like this. I'm going to keep this Force Blue card hand. Hopefully I have convinced my opponent that I'm some silly non-blue flicker deck. Unfortunately, my land drop can't keep selling that narrative. I do actually have to play Scalding Tarn here. And miserably, Scalding Tarn is a fetch land that doesn't get Indotha Triome. I'll just put my land into play. Opponent tanked for a while, then kept 7. Hard to know if a tank is a tank on Magic Online. They could have just been in the bathroom. Okay, force pitching Lorien Revealed on this Doomsday. They forced me back pitching Personal Tutor. Okay, their Doomsday's going to resolve, and then I could play Lavinia, and I hope that the pile they made requires a Lion's Eye Diamond. They haven't made their land drop yet this turn at all. They chose to use Lotus Petal to do that, which is pretty fascinating. Unless they just have Cavern of Souls in their hand, or Basic Island, I guess. I think you still play those out, though, because at least you could pay for a Daze, unless you're just fully committed to the belief that Yorion decks wouldn't play Daze, which is generally true, but also might be risky to just completely disregard if you could regard it. Okay, I see 4 Lotus Petals in exile and Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't have high hopes for this Lavinia stopping their combo. Yeah, they might just put, like, fetch land, 2 fetchable lands, Thassa's Oracle in a super slow pile here. Or they might go land Brainstorm, kill me right now. But even that without LED in the deck anymore is a big ask. Scalding Tarn also doesn't fetch Savannah, which would round out the colors of everything else I'm trying to do. I have to get Tundra here just to cast my spell. Okay, opponent has 0 lands. Kept a hand without a land in it. They just stack their deck. If they stack 2 lands into it, they can make this happen. There is the Cavern of Souls. How about Wasteland? I bet they would die to Wasteland if I find one of those. Up the Beanstalk? Jeez. Alright, I'm going to seek the Beast now and try to hit a land drop. Alright, I did hit a land drop, technically. Yeah, if they just have Street Wraith, Land, Oracle, that's GG. Another card I can't use usefully. I do have a blue card in my hand now, which means that flipping Force is a thing. I think I have to find Wasteland, though. So waiting for that 2-outer. I'm going to find Trop and play up the Beanstalk here. I've probably lost this game. I do have Force blue card if there's any setup required here, but if they just cast Thassa's Oracle, I lose. There's a Wraith. Yeah, they can even cycle 2 Wraiths down to 1 life and still be fine. Yep, they got me. Yep, turn 1 Doomsday with Force blue card available. Pretty good setup. I like, they could have made a setup that was worse and died to Lavinia, but they didn't, so they made good choices and kept a strong hand there. On to the next round. The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order, only at coalesceapparel.shop. On the draw in round 3, I have Force Blue card and Swords to Plowshares. This does most things that I would want a hand to do. The Endotha Triumph coming into play tapped, not making blue, and my second land being Wasteland are all kind of stinky, but I at least do have some sort of interaction for most decks in the format. And I don't know them personally, but Faulted Form, my brain is giving me combo chemicals. Okay, yep, combo confirmed. Do they have the follow-up? Is this a game 1 force check? Do they have the pact? They did not pact me, and now I have Wasteland. Okay. Trust the brain chemicals. That's many years of evolution telling your animal brain something is wrong here. Okay, now I gotta dig back out of this. Force Blue card back up, but no actual plan to play the game right now. Land. Okay, we're in dummy mode. Can't even cast this Brainstorm I have. Oh no, not like this. We're just passing back and forth like crazy. Nobody's taking game actions. They found a land. Can I do that? I just fucking flipped the Terminus. Yikes. Okay, I'll discard that Terminus. The terrifying thing here is I don't know if they could already send it and they're just building up protection because they're not under pressure, or if their hand is non-functional. And I won't know that until they start whipping spells at me. Oy. That is another force. No blue card to go with it at the moment. Hey. Okay. We're doing stuff. I can at least Seek the Beast in their end step and hopefully develop something. They now have 3 lands and they shocked one in. Thoughtseize does not actually take me off Force Blue card. They can win the game, or they can at least flip their graveyard without playing a non-creature spell. If they just have like Spirit Guides for mana. A Volcanic Island unlocks Domain, Seek the Beast in the end step. Give me some cards. Drop Uro. A plan is forming. Drop Uro. Get in there, big guy. Sick. I found the 3rd Force of Will in my Yorion deck. Right after getting Thoughtseized. Life is good. They have a lot of resources for an Oops All Spells deck right now, though. I hate that a lot. Okay, I think shoving Uro here is the best play. That puts them under the most pressure. The other options are questing Druid up the Beanstalk, which puts pressure into play. That might result in 2 blue cards in my hand. Uro draws the same cards as that, though. That doesn't even make sense. What am I saying? Yeah, I'm just going to escape Uro. Hope this draws a blue card. Mystic Sanctuary, interesting. Well, I'll put that in and put Force of Will on top of my deck. Hopefully this pressures them into going off before they're ready, because they know I'm drawing Force next turn, but they don't know that I've found one in between. They get 8 cards in hand. Okay, cool. Yeah, their hand was just non-functional. You don't know until they either concede or they kill you. Sweet. Alright, got away with that super weird game. Oops All Spells is what's going on. Lavinia Surgicals. I'm going to give some thought to Meltdown, just as a, if I survive the first wave, they might have some Chrome Moxes or something laying around worth killing. Pyroblast gets Pact of Negation countered. If we're talking about not only level 1 of Stop Their Combo, but level 2 of Stop Their Counterplay to your hate, Pyroblast becomes pretty good, even though it doesn't stop the first wave. But I got a lot of bad cards in my deck. Namely, all of these Swords to Plowshares. All of these Prismatic Endings. Oh, Terminus is way worse than Prismatic Ending. I have a lot of bad cards. You can Force of Vigor a Chrome Mox in response to its imprint trigger, and it never learns how to make mana, which could be a 2-mana way to make them fall just a little bit short, or a 2-card way, 2-card 0-mana way to make them fall just a little bit short. I think that's a little too aggressive, though. I'm going to stop here. There are still some cards that aren't great in my deck, but they could at least all target mana rocks if we get there. Let's do it. Force Blue card, Surgical, lands, keep, snap, keep. When I'm playing against Oops All Spells as control, I never trust one piece of interaction. I start to get comfortable at 2, and I'm very comfortable at 3. I have 2. The Undercity, Informer. I think I try to force this. Force pitching to Fairy. Okay, now they pacted this, so they're going to die next turn. And they got 1 card left in their hand. It has to be another pact for them to function here. And I think I just exile the Narcomoebas. Or, no, it doesn't matter. I exile the Thassa's Oracle. Because they die in their next upkeep. I don't have to worry about the 4 beatdowns. I'm just going to check their deck real quick and make sure I'm not throwing this. This Surgical, if it resolves on Narcomoeba, Dread Return, or Thassa's Oracle, should win the game. I'm just going to do a quick pass and make sure I'm not missing anything essential. Oh, they have 2 Thassa's Oracles. That's interesting. How many Dread Returns do they have? 1. Okay, there's only 1 Dread Return, which means I think that's what I exile, because if they, I don't know why they would have this card, but if their last card in hand is Surgical Extraction, they could Surgical their own Narcomoeba that I'm targeting or their own Oracle that I'm targeting and still have enough left of each to combo. But if I take Dread Return, they just die. Cool. All right. I might have thought about that way more than I needed to. Sorry for the slow roll opponent, but just wanted to check my boxes and make sure I wasn't missing some secret technology. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. On the play in round 4, I'm going to keep this hand. I have the ability to see more cards interact. I have Domain on turn 2 if I want that, and I think I do. I don't have a blue card to go with this Force. Let's see if we're against Fast Combo, 3rd time in a row. Tropical Island Pass. I like the pace of that. Okay, I'm going to use Scalding Tarn to get Volcanic Island. I was going to use Misty, but Scalding Tarn gets fewer other duels in the deck. Like, I can't get Savannah with this. And if I'm getting Volk anyway, then I don't need to worry about that one anymore. I am going to seek the Beast in the end step, just get a little aggressive here. Start bullying. Seeking a Beast. Yorion Domain Zoo, activate. Brainstorm Light from Loam, nutters. That was a great one. Okay, I'm going to Brainstorm first, so I could fetch and then play Loam. Brainstorm. Wowie, we're having a good time. Fetch for Trop. Yeah, I think I want Trop here. Loam back 2 lands. I'm going to have to go to discard and dump an Uro directly into the graveyard. Oh, that was a fun turn. That was a good questing beast. Questing Druid. Okay, looks like my opponent is Saltai Beans. Handful of white removal. I'm not going to Force of Will this Orc army. I will discard this Uro straight to the bin. I can Dredge Loam and immediately escape Uro. We're getting in for some damage. Okay, this is worth thinking about. Daze and Spell Pierce are alive right now. They don't have that many cards that are worth forcing in their deck, though. I'm going to fight over this. Daze for the maximum blowout. That Daze would have hit Uro anyway. I'm actually not going to go for Uro here because I have a handful of white removal. I can just play Questing Druid, Swords to Plowshares, and Leyline Binding. I'm going to Leyline Binding first, because this is the more important spell. I would rather remove up the Beanstalk than Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, opponent agrees. Fetch a Tundra, plow the Bowmaster. The list that I prefer of Saltai only plays 2 days, and we did get a Force Will out of that. The list that I like only plays 2 days, but there are a bunch of lists floating around with 4. Just be aware of that. I was pretty comfortable my opponent going down to 1 land versus a 3/3 with Uro in the graveyard in that spot. I was okay getting dazed. Murderous Cut, okay. Second Bowmaster. Alright, they're piling it on here. I respect it a little bit. Not that much. It's an unfortunate series of draws here. I chose not to dredge Loam the last 2 turns because I wanted to draw a spell and then just drew 2 lands. All good. Okay, Misty Rainforest, Uro. Uro can dredge Loam, which won't trigger the Bowmasters, and will put a land into play. And then I can try to exile the Up the Beanstalk. Even fetch Mystic Sanctuary, put Plow on top to do it. That sounds cool. Ending the Beanstalk. I want engines. This is more about engines than it is about power and toughness. At least at this phase of the game. At some point, there will be a sprint on the life total, but we're not there yet. Edict kills Uro, who will just be back next turn. Wasteland. That does take me off double green, but I'm holding a fetch. It's all good. They're doing their best to fight it over there. If I'm willing to pretend Daze doesn't exist, I can Loam. No, that's a triple green line, so I can't actually Loam into Uro. I have to just Uro here. I'm going to plow one of the Bowmasters. That's why we did this. And then fetch for... No, I have basic planes. Just Trop. Trop's fine. Leave up white. Leave some lands in my graveyard. I've already used my Mystic Sanctuary. I don't have to worry about spells too much. Ooh, Wasteland's in. Did you like having a green source? Because now you don't. And I'm representing a Loam walk starting next turn. I am at 4, or I am at 8, and they have 4 power. If they, like, edict me and then hit me twice with big things, I could still lose this one. Oh! But they were all deceived. There was one ring to rule them all. I'm going to waste them off green again. They have not indicated to me, or I guess I could just attack first, and then I don't have to worry about Daze. Alright, yeah, I am going to attack first. I gain the life here. Their creature gets bigger. I don't care. It would just be really embarrassing to get 1 ring dazed at this phase of the game. Truly distressing stuff. Bang. Bowmaster in response. Okay. That's powerful. Well, I suppose I should ponder now while I am under the protection of the ring. I'm going to get Tundra to do that. Play the Ponder. 4th Eorlingas is the type of card that can win this game. Just going to draw a land for now in case they thought seize me. Or they can't because I have the ring. Never mind, that didn't matter. And passing the turn. End step, I will draw a card. Not going to dredge Loam. They beat up their own Arc Army again. Oh, sure. Damage on Uro works too. That's probably smarter. I draw Lorien Revealed. Okay. I can Lingus for 6 here. I could just draw 2 cards with the 1 ring and see if they remove this Orc Army. Yeah, I'm just going to draw some cards. Rainstorm and Beseiju. I may not have appropriately accounted for the double Bowmaster. Now I'm in trouble. Okay. Thinking. If I have 6 2/2s. Yeah, now if I attack with Uro. Oh, there's a cool trick here where I just play 4th Eorlingas and then don't attack. I have to attack with Uro because I have to gain life. I go up to 6, I go down to 4. I at least do that. Okay. Don't dredge Loam. Back up 1 ring. That's a good one. Good save. And they probably just block Uro, which puts it in my graveyard where I could play it again. They do have this 15/15. Where's all that white removal I've been boarding out in every single round? It would be great for that to show up now. I'm going to play a new ring. Keep the new one. I do have a land drop here. I'll play Beseiju as land. Replay Uro. I should fetch first. I want to keep Loam and Wasteland in my graveyard. Fetch Savannah in case I draw a plow right now. Back to 6. Not dredging Loam. I am going to put Endot the Triumph into play. Cycling that under all these Bowmasters doesn't seem like a winning strategy. Okay. Big Uro holding the fort versus a 17/17. This looks like a Murktide. Okay. I am going to draw a card in response to Murktide in case I find a counter spell. That didn't happen. Team, I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie. Oh, if I had put in this Flooded Strand instead of the Endot the Triumph, I could Brainstorm right now. While I have the ring protection, that was probably worth doing. Terminus? It's a miracle. It swoops up my Uro, but this is way worse for them than it is for me. Especially because I have this army of horses coming. Okay, they're just scooping. They don't even need to see the 4th Eorlingas. Okay, it's a miracle. Carpet of Flowers comes in. Pyroblast comes in. Terminus is actually a little awkward because I have a lot of creatures in my deck, and at some point, my creatures will be better than theirs, but I do still want enough of them that I can find them sometimes. Force of Negation comes out. Actually, between Leyline Bindings, Prismatic Endings, Swords to Plowshares, and Solitude, I might want 0 Terminus, and I'm bringing in 2 Pyroblast. Their deck has 4 Bowmasters, 4 Murktides that can actually win the game. Some lists these days have a Leovold. That's like 9 ways to actually kill me, versus 15 removal spells. Lavinia is an interesting piece of cardboard because she's not that stable or important, but she does turn off Force of Will, Murderous Cut, which are part of their deck. I'm definitely not going to bring in the other one that's out there, but I might want to keep the one that is here, unless I just think the Pyroblast is better. Yeah, I probably do think that. Okay, I am playing this game. I'm going to keep this hand. Can Lorien Revealed for Tropical Island and then play Carpet. Even if they wasteland me, I have a path to have mana this game. He'll Plateau, Ponder, Keep. Tropical Island. I actually do have to force a Stifle here, so let's hope they don't have that. Cool, that just resolved. Drop. The perfect mana base doesn't exist. The perfect mana base is right in front of you. They should fight over this if they can. I believe this is worth a Force of Will. I'm just talking from the side of the... If I were the Sultai Beanstalk player, I would be heavily inclined to Force of Will this Carpet if I could. And obviously Spell Piercing it is the nuts, but you will quickly fall behind to this card. And opponent agrees with my assessment. It appears. Force Pitching Lorien Revealed. I'm going to Force Pitching Ponder. I would rather Force Pitching Force, but it is more important to win this counter war than it is to have a Ponder left over. And I'm glad I did it like that. Yes, make blue put Yorion in my hand. Don't want to quest right now. If they have Witherbloom Command, they can just fully stabilize here. If they don't, they're way behind. Nice. They've chosen way behind. And by chosen, I mean they are forced into it. I'm going to make green off the Carpet and play a Beanstalk. They could Bowmaster this. I'm not completely shattered if they do. Sauron's Ransom. That's a powerful card. Force of Will versus 3 cantrips. I think I want to show them Force Blue card and hide Double Brainstorm. They're happy with any 2 cards here. I just have to give them a face-up pile. Yeah, they took Force Ponder. Which, if they now just force this pitching Ponder... they force pitching Daze. Okay. That's fine. Okay, resolves. I could Seek the Beast now. I'm not going to do that. I would rather do it in the end step. I'm untapping into gajillions of mana with the Carpet. Just make sure we could cast our spells rather than worry about velocity. There's that Ponder. Another Ponder after no shuffle. And they again no shuffled. I'm worried about exactly Spell Pierce here. Seek the Beast. Oof. They got me good. Do I just shove Yorion into play? Probably. Okay, I'm casting Yorion. And wow, using the last cards in their hand to force blue card me. Alright, we are in a top deck war. I have Mystic Sanctuary in my deck, but there's... Oh, I have freaking Lorien Revealed right in my graveyard. Oh, I don't have 2 islands, though. Alright. If I find an island, Lorien Revealed is getting sent. No. Wasteland. I want to take out their black. That's Bowmaster. That's removal. Speak of the devil, and he shall arrive. Okay. Our top deck war. They found the best black spell in their deck right before I found the way to cut them off black. That's okay. We got time here. This does make Lorien Revealed off the top a lot worse. I think I am largely favored from this position, but I do need to draw an action spell. Oh no. I think I wait. Yeah, I'm going to wait at least until I have a bad card in my hand. I'm fine taking 3 to break open this board state. But I want the best odds to actually do something with the Brainstorm. They're just playing lands out. Leyline Binding. All right. Rewarded for my patience. Yes. Make white. Leyline Binding. Exile the Bowmaster. And now I could Brainstorm pain-free the Lingus. Okay. I'm going to stack Misty Rainforest, 4th Eorlingas. Play Scalding Tarn and pass. And then do a giant carpet-fueled Lingus next turn. They remain in top deck mode. They don't have 5 mana to Force of Will. They're going to Mystic Sanctuary their Sauron's Ransom back here, which does make their Ring Bearer... It makes this Orc into a Ring Bearer, and it makes that Ring Bearer a looter. It's actually really good. The Ring Bearer is so much scarier than the Sauron's Ransom. Turok, Brainstorm, Up the Beanstalk. I'm not giving them Up the Beanstalk and the land. Up the Beanstalk and Turok leaves them with no plays this turn. Land Brainstorm can change the information that I have. Okay. I am doing it like this. This is fun because the face-up pile looks super juicy to the point where it's like, whoa, what would he be hiding? And if this attacks, I don't believe the loot is optional. Oh, draw the discard. It is an actual loot, so they don't necessarily have to lose any of these things. But I will have perfect info. They discarded the Brainstorm. Scary. Did they draw a Beanstalk? Yep, that makes sense. All right, cool. Is this a lethal Lingus? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 islands in play. 6, 7, 8. 8 times 2. Yes, you're dead. Yes. Make red. Just break their spirit here. Sorry about it. Tonight, we ride. Anyone who's played Magic Online knows what this is. They see what spell is resolving. Bloop for Xaxes. Cool. As much as I don't like outmuscling Sultai Beanstalk, that did certainly just happen. And we are on to the final round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play in the final round. I'm going to keep this hand. This is great against any fair matchup. I don't like having 2 Terminus in my opener, but I love having Beanstalk, Lowman, Plow. Misty Rainforest, okay. I'm going to fetch my... Nope, can't fetch Indoth Triumph. I led on the wrong fetch land for that. That's how that works. It's okay. I'll just fetch some different lands. Oh, am I getting stifled? This is an outrage. Wow. Okay. Got me good. Pass the turn. Grixis Delver with stifles. I wonder if they have, like, lots of stifles. Am I dead to a second stifle here? I'm prepared to just hit the concede button. Orcish Bowmaster. Dang. That does ruin my plan of casting Brainstorm this turn. I will get a Tundra and plow the Bowmaster. And then try to play the game in the future. Alright, yep, we're just getting collapsed here. The thing I like about Life from the Loam is it's really hard to collapse Loam draws, but Stifle into Daze is a beating. Show me the Wasteland and I will click Concede. I'm ready to go. Not a Wasteland. Okay. I can still draw a green source, loam back my lands, and be totally fine here. And I'm under a pretty large amount of pressure. Like, totally fine might be exaggerating, but the game plan is still fine if I can have a green source right now. Oh no, that's so close to being the perfect card. All right, real talk. Brainstorm here deals 3 immediately, and then 3 every turn for the rest of the game till I stabilize. All right, I'm going for it. Oh, there is a Beseiju here. Okay. I can put 2 Terminuses on top of the deck here. And then I can play Carpet of Flowers. And then I can use that to Life from the Loam lands back. I take 5, 6, maybe 8 this turn. If they can get Delirious. Carpet resolved. Yes, make green, Life from the Loam back these lands that you took from me. And we are right back in it. As long as they don't kill me right meow. This looks like a Molten Collapse, yeah. Kind of unreasonable that they can just kill a Carpet of Flowers in game 1. But it's fine, it's fine. Looks like I'm taking 8, going to 4. Oh, the sorcery's still not delirious. Oh, yeah, they only have 3 card types. Nice. This 2 extra life matters a lot. Now I can fetch without being dead to a single bolt. All right, please don't have Force blue card right now. I would like to reveal Terminus. Did we stabilize? Question mark. Lightning bolt in response. I'm at 3. This is what I was worried about. And they left a card on top. Great. How could that go wrong for me? Okay, real question now is I could stick this up the Beanstalk right now, but that puts Terminus in my hand. Terminus currently on top of my deck. And if they just kept a creature on top, if they have Bolt on top, it doesn't matter and I lose. If they kept a creature on top, I would rather have Terminus. And I can't Seek the Beast either because that clears the Terminus, same problem. I can't play Questing Druid because that gets mopped up in the Terminus. Yeah, I think I just pass with this second Terminus on top and hope that they just dump out 3 creatures right now. Ponder. Cast Murktide. And Dragon's Root Channeler. Did not shuffle. Blue-black. Bowmasters in the main phase. That's lucky. I mean, it's probably correct to do it there, but it also works out great for me because now I can Terminus it. Surprise! The brainstorm was all Terminuses. Oops, all Terminus. I could Terminus off of Tundra and then 4th Eorlingas for 1, or I could get Beanstalk going. I think I'd rather have Beanstalk growing. Oh, it didn't matter. They had Force blue card. Clever. Well, Questing Druid. No room to Seek a Beast. Put a 1/1 creature into play. Oh, cool. They had a Lightning Bolt on top, too. Yeah, just pummeled there. That Stumble at the beginning, that Stifle, like if that same game plays out 2 turns earlier, because I, A, don't miss a land drop, and B, have Loam going and stuff, my life total's fine and I never lose, but that Stifle was really good. Pyroblast, Hydroblast, Terminus, Carpet, Force of Negation. Probably want Force of Will to come out. I like all the white cards here. Lavinia is super mid, actually. Teferi is frequently mid against Bowmaster decks. Having One Rings in my deck gives me some extra texture on maybe wanting access to Teferi. But if I think if I resolve a ring, I should be able to figure it out. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Let's get him. The no-lander with the carpet. Almost perfect. Come on, deck. Not like this. Okay. Keep. I'm going to put probably Leyline Binding or one of the carpets and Pyroblast are what I want to get rid of here. Okay. This is what I'm going to try. I'm just going to Trop Carpet right now, face up. If they force this, then waste me, I lose. If they forced or waste me, I'm okay. All right, force confirmed. Do they have the follow-up Wasteland? Nope. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Uro's a good draw. Don't daze me, please. Double Force of Negation. Opponent is showing the correct amount of respect for Carpet of Flowers, by the way. And now I need a land to start loaming, and then I'm back in here. I need to find my untapped mana source before they find their Wasteland, is the race that's happening right now. And they just kept a card with DRC. Not a Wasteland. Still not Delirious. Bobble, great Delirium for sure. Now I feel silly for bottoming the 3rd carpet over the loam, but I really had higher hopes for this. I'll send a Hydroblast. That was a good draw. Doing it now before they could Pyroblast me back. Okay, back to stability. Tenuous stability. The Wasteland, we're dead. If they have a follow-up threat, like if they just Murktide here, we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, Bowmaster is a lot slower than Murktide. If I just draw land in a row, we can still play this game. Beseiju, play it. That's a green source. Now just any land to start loaming, and we're back. Another threat. And a Ponder. They kept the card on top. Taking my beats. Alright, deck, now's the time. Alright, I'm dead. That was a kicking. Every little thing that could have gone wrong did. I could have kept the 3rd carpet and just spammed carpets, but I really thought one of them would get through, and then loam is better once you have that. But okay. Got our teeth kicked in by Stifle in the final round, but a positive record. with Yorion Beans. I think we triggered up the Beanstalk 0 times in this entire league, which is interesting. Like, we put it on the stack a few times. I don't think I cast a single 5-drop into it, but I did activate the One Ring a lot. I did trigger Uro a lot. I did Seek the Beast a lot. So, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? There's so many engines that you don't need specifically up the Beanstalk. I think this main deck might be a little overboard on white removal. I mean, obviously, we just lost to Delver, which is one of the matchups where white removal is at its best. And if we want to skew towards being stable against Delver, you want more white removal. But we also played against multiple combo decks this matchup where we just had many dead cards in the main. I'm actually super into Solitude in these shells these days, in my own testing and theory crafting. I would probably turn a Prismatic Ending and 2 of the Terminus into 4 Solitudes and just have my Terminuses in the sideboard for matchups where you want that, because this deck with the Questing Druid, with the Uro, with the Lavinia, you actually do want to be on board. And with an insane density of point-and-click removal, you don't actually need sweepers. Sweepers are specifically for junk like goblins, elves. If you want to slow down and park the bus versus Delver, you could do that. But Terminus isn't really necessary in the main deck in Legacy right now. That's my feedback for that. I do actually like all the engines that the deck has. The One Ring was the all-star this league. Uro was an all-star this league. And mostly just cool deck. Elijah, thanks for sharing it. Hope this was helpful. Everybody make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. I'll see you next time.